Hello everyone, welcome to Abhyas IAS Academy. In our last class, we have seen the complete tour and the various implications, various agreements between India and Norway. So we have completed India and Norway relations in the context of Prime Minister Modi ji's visit to Five Nation Tour. Today we are doing the bilateral visit of Prime Minister Modi ji to Italy. So complete lecture is with regard to India and Italy relations, which has been completed recently. Okay. So you can see this is taken from Press Information Bureau, that is the government official website here. India-Italy Joint Declaration. So on May 20th, 19th, Prime Minister Modi ji was in Delhi, and 28th, this was published in the official website. Take out your paper, take out your pen and try to write down some important short notes with regard to India and Italy Joint Declaration. They may ask you in the examination. The recent visit of Prime Minister Modi ji to Italy has deepened more cooperation between the two countries. Comment. Like that, you may get a question in the GS paper 2, or you may get a question in PSIR section 2, nothing but paper 2. Okay. Right. So you can see here the President of Council of in Italian Republic. Okay. The President of Italy, that is Giorgia Meloni, and the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, has paid an official visit. 19th Prime Minister Modi ji went to what? Italy. Okay. They again met, before also they met in June 2024, when there was a G7 summit was happening. Okay, G7 summit, again India and the President of Italy, Meloni, both has met again. Fine. Now, over a period of time, India and Italy relations are going towards what? Special strategic partnership. Special strategic partnership. Very, very important point for the examination. Please don't forget. Okay, with which country India has recently signed special strategic partnership out of the 5 nations? That could be a question in the examination. Special strategic partnership. Now, when I say special strategic partnership, whenever we use the word strategic, it means the two countries will deepen their ties, okay, and open up their markets in such a way that one will support each other at the time of crisis. At the time of crisis. That is why we call it as strategic. That is why we call it as what? Strategic. Now, what is there in this special strategic partnership? What areas are covered? What sectors are covered? All of that we will study. Okay. So, Prime Minister Modi ji went to Italy on May 19th, that is 2 days back. They again met in June 2024 during the G7 summit, that is also there. India and Italy has a good relations and the partnership increased to special strategic partnership. Okay. Now, with regard to politics, political dialogue, what they talked with each other with regard to the politics. Okay. India and Italy are going for high level of exchanges, nothing but PM and President. These kind of people are meeting at the highest level, people are meeting, and highest level, the dignitaries are not only meeting bilaterally, but also meeting multilateral events also. Okay. So you can see that in the G20 summit, which was held in Rio de Janeiro in November 2024, G7 summit was in June 2024. G20 summit held in what? November 2024. In this G20 summit also, India and Italy was present. India and Italy was present. At that time, India and Italy has signed Joint Strategic Action Plan 2025 to 2029. Very, very important for the examination. Joint Strategic Action Plan, okay, between India and Italy is from which year to which year? The question may come like this. From 2025 to 2029, Joint Strategic Action Plan India and Italy has signed during G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro. Remember this. Okay. Now, with regard to economic cooperation, remember this. Okay, both sides have expressed that lot of economic areas are going for dynamism, and both the sides are actually responding to growing dynamism with regard to economic and industrial cooperation between these two countries. And India has successfully concluded the negotiations of EU-India free trade. EU-India free trade. And the both countries has now put a target to reach 20 billion euro by 2029. Very, very, very important. In the examination, they may ask you, here will be the countries, here will be the $1 billion. In many of the international relations and the bilateral relations that I am discussing with you, I am always telling about what? With this country, we are actually want to achieve this much amount of trade by this year. Like that, I have been continuously telling you. So that's the reason the question may come in the examination. Here will be the countries and here will be the trade value that we want to achieve, and they may ask you in the match the following. So if they ask you between India and Italy, what is the trade value that we want to achieve? Your answer should be what? 20 billion euro by 2029. Okay. And with this amount of trade, whatever we are doing, this amount of trade is coming from various sectors and various investments that Italy will be doing in India with regard to textiles, clean technology, semiconductors, automotive, energy, tourism, pharmaceuticals, medical technologies, digital technologies, critical raw materials, steel, ports, infrastructure, helping in what? Enhancing business linkages, production facilities, investment funds, stock exchanges, venture capitals, banks, insurance, and finance, what not. Okay, so when you are sharing with a person your complete life, mental life, physical life, your activity life, your lifestyle, it means that person will become an integrated part of your life or not? Yes. So with Italy, these main number of areas that we are working, so we have deepening our relationship with Italy or not, in terms of economic and in terms of what? Political linkages. So these are the two important areas that we have discussed with regard to what? Economy and polity. Clear my point? Yes. Both the countries has also signed memorandum of understanding for the cooperation of critical minerals, nothing but rare earth minerals, which are very important for manufacturing of high-tech products like cameras or smart boards or mobile phones or TVs or drones or space electronics, etc. so on and so forth. So critical minerals exchange and cooperation is also there here. So this is the two important headings that we have discussed. Now we'll talk about connectivity. The two prime ministers reaffirmed their commitment to promote the India-Middle East Economic Corridor. Now with regard to connectivity, the both sides is very firm for the commitment to cooperate on India-Middle East Europe corridor. What it is, I'll tell you in a bit. Okay, let us see. India-Middle East Economic Corridor. So it is nothing but a maritime route, connecting water route, sea route. So from India, we'll go to what? UAE, we'll go to Saudi Arabia, we'll go to Jordan, Israel, and we'll connect to complete Europe. Remember this point here, that Iran and Pakistan are not a part of India-Middle East Economic Corridor. They may ask you in the examination, which among the following countries are the part of IMEC? They may put Iran as one of the important twisting country. So your answer will be not Iran. It is going through what? Only UAE, then directly to the Saudi Arabia. This point you have to remember. Okay, so both the countries have assured their commitment that they will cooperate for the faster making of this particular route. Then in the science, technology, innovation, startups and artificial intelligence, India and Italy has announced creation of Innovate India. Nothing but innovation hub which will be established in India to strengthen cooperation between innovation systems, means research facilities, research academics between India and Italy, so that startup acceleration programs will be there. If let us suppose we can establish artificial plants for the generation of chlorophyll, so that more CO2 will be absorbed. So artificial plants for the absorption of what? CO2. Okay. Then that is the innovation or not? These are the innovative plants or not? Yes. For that purpose, if a company is coming forward, so that startups will be supported by India and Italy. Market access will be given where they can sell these plants. Business matching will be there given, the board of directors, etc. Joint research, university collaborations, and talent mobility is also there. Means we can work even in what? Italy, or they can come here in fintech, healthcare, semiconductors, logistics, supply chains, etc. So and so forth. Okay. So both leaders have welcomed also science and innovation dialogue between India and Italy. So science and technology also we have made a very good deal with them. And in the science and technology also both the countries has given importance to what? Supercomputing, means faster processing speed, faster input and faster output, faster outcomes, faster decision making models will be made. Okay. So 2025 to 2026, this 2-year executive program for scientific cooperation will be launched. Just like CM Revanth Reddy, my state CM Revanth Reddy sir has went to Harvard to study a executive leadership program. In the same way, here also you will be having a executive program will be launched. Okay. With regard to the space, there is already ongoing collaboration between Italian Space Agency ISA and ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, so that we are working together in space with regard to Earth observation, nothing but telescopes observing the Earth phenomena, heliophysics, and space exploration with focused theme to cooperate with each other. Both of us is not launching any mission at this point of time, but will be helping each other in Earth observation, heliophysics, and space exploration. And if we talk about defense here, both Prime Minister expressed satisfaction through ministerial exchanges, service to service ties, port visits, welcome the adoption of joint declaration of intent and in defense industrial roadmap. Very, very important. For what purpose? For technological cooperation, co-production and co-development projects with regard to what? Defense manufacturing products. Okay, fine. Joint Defense Committee and Military Cooperation Group will also be created so that both of them can help each other in defense manufacturing. Then if we talk about security, both the countries had condemned terrorism and violent extremism in all its forms and cross-border terrorism also. Okay, the two leaders also condemned April 2025 Pahalgam terror attack, and both the leaders are said that we will fight against terrorists and terrorist groups and their affiliated groups also, those listed in United Nations Security Council 1267 sanction regime. So 1267, a resolution was passed by United Nations Security Council in which lot of terrorist groups has been recognized and their affiliates has been recognized, and both the countries are going to fight with them. Okay, then in migration and mobility, the two leaders agreed to enhance mobility of student, researchers, skilled workers, okay, particularly in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM workers and STEM skill development. Okay, and social security agreements will also be there, nothing but to give pension and insurance. Okay, so they welcome the launch of ICI, Italy Calls India, a university enterprise talent bridge, aims to enhance the talent of Indian students enrolled in Indian universities for guidance, matching, and giving qualified integration into Italian enterprises. Nothing but jobs there. Nothing but jobs. It's a very good one. When we go there, we should have a job or not? Yes. Okay. The two leaders also highlighted with regard to culture and educational exchanges. Okay. Development of National Maritime Heritage Complex in Lothal, nothing in Gujarat. They acknowledge that a national pavilion should be constructed at Vinay's Art Biennial in 2026. Okay. 2027 will be celebrated as a year of culture and tourism between India and Italy. So culture is nothing but what we eat, what we wear, what language we speak, what festivals we celebrate. So they will learn about us in our museum, how Italy is there, we'll learn from them. And in Italy, we will have our pavilion. There the Italians will learn how the Indians actually live their lifestyle over a period of time. Okay, so that's all about the India-Italy relations. A very good, fruitful tour of Prime Minister Modi ji to the Italy has been there. So yesterday we have completed India-Norway tour. Today we have completed India-Italy. So out of 5 nation tour, 2 we have completed, more 3 we have to go. I hope this is clear to you. June 11th is a date. Please write down in your book. Okay, to all the aspirants, why? Because we are going to launch UPSC CSC Prelims come mains batch from June 11th for the year 2026 to 2027. For more details, call to the number given below and also in the description. Have a nice day. Take care.